Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me, with the greatest pleasure possible, immense pleasure that I get to introduce to you the true maestro in the world of digital content. His name is Jalen Hughes. He has been called the the emerging king of content. And today we are lucky. We are we are mere socialites in his kingdom as he's getting ready to talk to us about Contentonomics, making money with your message. Jalen is not just a digital artist. He is not just a visionary who has mastered the art of transforming ordinary individuals. He's not just a dude who is going to film the entire WonderCon. He makes overnight sensations of people who've been trying for years. His creative vision transcends boundaries. His creative thoughts transcends noise, enabling him to harness the power of digital content as a published author of a trilogy series on personal growth and development. Jaleb has developed deep into the realms of self-love, self-awareness, and self-confidence. He often is known for the powerful concept of the power of why. It's not just in his writings, it's not just in his words, but on every page of his life, he has shown that he has pathways to personal transformation and empowerment. In his keynote, Jalen will share with us the extensive expertise of content creation for businesses. This is a unique opportunity to learn how to start making money with content creation. With his exceptional eye for trends, unparalleled knack for storytelling, and his relentless passion for making dreams a reality, it is Jalen, my friends, the king of content, that would teach us all about Contentonomics. It is my pleasure, without further ado, to introduce to you Sir King Jalen Hughes, the king of emerging content.
Woo, thank you. That's a great introduction. Again, my name is Jalen Hughes, and my message is Contentonomics, making money with your message. So let's start off with this, right? A little thing about me. I went to a small school with just less than 2 hours from Chicago, Illinois. I always felt like I had a gift, a true calling to give to the world, but I didn't know how I was going to express it. No one was there to help me and invest in me and to push me to be the better person. I was bullied. I was told I was gay because I wanted to act. I wanted to model. I wanted to be a shining star for everyone that seen me. It hurt me, right? But I powered through that and I found myself. So I started making videos. I started expressing myself online and I learned the power of content. I learned how amazing it felt making genuine connections with the people who are just like you and my target audience. I knew that helping others become known because I felt unseen was my weird. And when I say weird, I don't mean WEIRD. I mean WYRD. So let's get into it, right? Your weird is your passion, the passion that pushes you and it comes easily without having to work too hard. It's also your fate. It's your destiny. And when you're working with content, you want to show your passion and your gift in your content. So we all talk about content creation. What is content creation, right? It isn't just about words and images. It's the heartbeat of today's business world. It's all about telling your unique story, building your narrative, and showcasing your gift. Social media has made it where small businesses can become global and become anywhere. Content creation is the act of producing and sharing information or media content for specific audiences, particularly in the digital world. According to Triton Commerce, 93% of businesses have generated new customers through social media video content. The majority of people would rather watch a video or see a photo that engages them instead of reading a regular text. There's a study by Nielsen in 2018, a total audience report that says that the average person spends 6 hours daily watching video. So let's talk about who is our audience. Who do we serve? Who do we want to be in front of? Your audience is like your extended family. Let's chat about how you connect with them. You speak your language and create content that they'll love. Who here, raise of hands, has heard the saying that, well, my clients are on Facebook, but I personally have. And when you're finding your audience, you have to dig deep and think about the things that you like, what looks good to you, what you're interested in, and what do you like to watch. Because if your audience is with you, they'll like it as well. Niche down. We all know someone here that says they're awesome or just really kind of average at 6, 7, 8 things, right? But they're not really good at one thing. They're not an expert at anything. And that's not how you get ahead. You have to niche down and serve your market to the best of your ability. Facebook currently has 2.989 billion users in the world. And you can't tell me that 1,000 of those aren't your target audience. So let's talk about strategy. What is the plan of attack? The human brain processes visual information 60,000 times faster than written text information. This means that a 60-second video can teach you more than 10 minutes of reading. Okay, guys, let's be honest here. Raise of hands, who here has taken a picture, maybe edited a video, did a live, you put your all into it, you poured your heart out, you thought, you know what, I look good today, let me post, especially for all my women out there. I know it feels amazing to push out how you feel, right? So you did all this work, you edited the photo, you put the little nice caption on it, being brown and in charge, being beautiful and black, whatever it is, only to feel that 5 people saw the post. It was defeating. You put all this work in for no one to see it. I personally hated that. And I knew that it wasn't going to be good. So I knew that I had something to change, right? And so I started planning. I started planning my attack. When you plan, it's like going to a trip, an event. You plan a party. You plan to take an appointment to your doctor. Set goals and objectives. Know your audience. Use emerging trends like video marketing, AI. Antonio talks about AI all the time. Engage your audience with lives, webinars, conferences like this that we know that we can really dive in deep and see how we are able to connect with our people. Use different mediums, be newsletters, use video. You can use infographics, be a podcast. There's so many different ways for you to share your gift. So now let's talk about content versus context. What and how? Posts should always be relevant to your audience and relatable. Use the 4 E's when you're thinking about posting. You want it to be educational, engaging, emotional, and empathetic. Now let's talk about quality versus quantity. How much is really needed and how spectacular do you really have to be? Creating great content consistently is the goal. It is the key. If you think about your favorite show, like on YouTube or on TV, you know exactly when to tune in to that show. For instances, we know every day when to tune into D6 days, and you know what you're going to get. Amazing, and you're going to love it every time. Think about your content as that. You're your own media company. You're your own show. Show the world what you have. You have to be hungry. Create a schedule. Create a posting schedule that is consistent. That'll also help you reach more viewers. Go online. See what other people are doing. Never compare. But look to see how you can position yourself in the market that you're wanting to be. So now let's talk about the story, right? We all have had a story that is compelling to us. Shout out one thing. You can all unmute if you want, whenever. Shout out one fictional story that really was awesome, that felt like it just touched you in your soul?
Bambi.
That's a great one.
The
Mine,
Lion King.
even I can't compare, but even great one as well. Mine was Harry Potter. So stories are magical. Think about how you felt when I asked you. Your eyes brought up. You're willing to come out. You're willing to give everything you can give about that subject. And you felt like you were an expert in that knowledge or in whatever you saw. Feel the same with your content. Stories are magical. When creating, you need to share tips on crafting stories that will make your audience feel like they're a part of your adventure, your triumphs, your failures, your translations, your moving, everything. Today, talk about what you're doing daily. That's content. So let's talk about who is finding us, your searchability and your keywords, right? SEO, search engine optimization, is a word that we want to know. Ever wonder how to stand out online? You have to become searchable and you have to gain attention. There are the two top search engines right now are Google and YouTube. So let's talk more about SEO, right? Visibility and ranking. How do you rank compared to others that are in your industry? Increase traffic. Who is actually going to see you and see what you're giving? Credibility and trust. Who trusts you not only to give you their money, but their time as well? What makes you credible? The user experience. How do people feel like when they rate you? How do people feel like when they work with you and when they get your content? Obviously, we talk about target. You have to know your target. Competitive advantage. How can I get ahead in my industry? And then global reach. Where are you? Where are you needed? And where can you make a big impact? So let's talk about promoting yourself. We all need promotions. We all need marketing, right? Content promotion. There's a quote by Stuart H. Britt, and it says, doing business without advertising is like winking at a girl in the dark. You know what you're doing, but nobody else does. And it's the same with your content. The top 4 social media sites for businesses are Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Each day on YouTube, there's over 1 billion hours of video that is consumed. So who here has heard of the term sharing is caring? Well, that's very true, right? If you want to share something, you care about it. You care because not only you're going to give it off to somebody, but you care how you're going to feel. You care how it made you feel when you were giving out something. Think of a topic or the feeling you feel giving a gift. Christmas is coming, right? That feeling of just giving out to somebody. That's how you want to feel, right? Sharing is caring, and that will show up in your content. Remember that creating is just one part. Sharing is the second part. So let's talk about how do we measure success? How do we measure what we've shared, right? Analytics. Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. Numbers can be your best friend, your buddy, your road dog, right? You can, and anyone can unmute their mic right now and tell me if you can name one top athlete out there that doesn't take the time to look at their numbers and watch their performances back and measure their progress.
Don't know.
Exactly. So if you want to be known, you have to do the same. How do you make yourself better without measuring your success? Each platform that you use should have its own analytics page where you can see this information. Track and measure your performance. Use different types of content, push out all at once. See which one performs the best. Ads, use ads. You can use Google Analytics, social media insights to help monitor your return of investment of what you're putting out. Remember, ads are for data, not sales. You have to get in front of your ideal client before you can sell them anything. So let's talk about what we all came here for. How to make the money. How do we monetize our content, right? You have to explore different ways to monetize. You can do affiliate marketing. You can do sponsored content. You can partner with ads, be an influencer, be an ambassador. You can sell digital products online. I know there's at least 3 people here right now that has an ebook that they haven't sold through their social media hard enough. It's all possible. You can do it, but you just have to push it out. So there's some other ways that you can make it, right? Using an email list, using your website, driving traffic to your landing page to help bring in more clientele, to not only build your brand trust with them, build your credibility, but also let them know, hey man, we got what you need. We got what you need, right? So let's talk about, how do you build that trust? How do you build that authority? How do people value your product and your influence? So I have a question for you. What takes years to build, but only 1 second to break?
Trust.
Ding, 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 ding. That is amazing. Trust is priceless. People buy. That is also tied into it, but very true. People buy from who they like. People buy from who they trust. They don't want to be sold. They want to be consoled, right? So think about a situation. Maybe you're at the store. Maybe you're at the gym. Maybe you're at a restaurant. And you seen something and you're like, that looks pretty good. But then you overheard somebody and they're like, oh, the steak was amazing. This was great. This was that. You automatically have more trust for that because someone else that you might trust is talking about what you're talking about. So you have to be there, and you have to use that to your advantage. Build that trust, adapt to trends, be willing to be part of a community, be willing to show your love to everybody and invite them in. People love new challenges. People love new trends. People love feeling like a celebrity. How can you make them do that with your content? So it usually takes 10 to 12 hours of trust before buying. Content is a free way of how you build that and how you make it easy for your sales team to make the sales, right? Because that's what's about, making money. It gives you the chance to be global and have a more targeted reach on what you're doing. We also think about omnipresence. When I think about omnipresence, I think about being everywhere. I think of almost Santa, right? He sees you when you're sleeping and he knows when you're awake. He sees everything because it's in his face. You have to think about your content in almost that way. If you put it out where everyone sees it at all times, they know that they're ready for you and they're very more receptive to what you may have to give. So I know everyone here has social media because it is the new digital age. At this time, I do want to give you a few moments to ask me any questions of how you can make money right now with your content.
All right, this is audience participation time. Who's got a question? Be selfish and ask a good question for our speaker. Who will be first? Then I will start volunteering people. Queen Renee, you are first.
All right, cool. So, question: how short should my videos be? Because I do different TikToks, and I have them to be at least 60 seconds. But should I go for shorter or should I keep it about the same for TikTok?
For TikTok, I would go shorter. I would go 10 seconds or less. And the
Okay.
thing that would help you more is I would try to start with something that's very fast and eye grabbing. Give them something to bring them in for that 10 seconds. And then once it happens, end it where they almost feel like, oh, wait, I got to go back and see that again. So then they run the video back again. And oh, I see what she's saying. Now I need to comment because where is she going with this? Now they're commenting in your comments. Do you have a link to whatever you're selling currently, right? Like your ebook or whatever you're doing?
Yeah, I have a link for it. I just need to like I had an event and I got people to sign up, but I haven't really put it on my social media, which is, I know. Don't kill me yet though. But yeah, because it was a really big hit at the event, but I just was like, okay. And so I need to do something more with that. So probably a good 10-second video would really be good because I have a picture of it and stuff. So yeah, I could do like a snap of it. Yeah.
Definitely do that, but also post that link in your comments. Gain free marketing for everything that you're doing. You need to be everywhere. So if they see your comment, they see your vote, they fit it, your vote, or well, I can't speak it. They say your video, they see your caption. It all ties them into whatever you're trying to push out. And that is how you become a little bit more with omnipresence and really push out your brand with their TikTok or
Okay.
really any social media with that does the short reels, but TikTok specifically because most people are going to give you about 3 seconds, 3 to 6 seconds on TikTok.
Okay. Okay. So all right, I need to chop it down a little bit more. Okay. All right. Thanks.
But I would also do both, have some that are short, but have your minute and a half where you do something that, maybe you're doing a special on writing fiction for the day. Maybe you're doing a 60-minute special on how to battle writer's block. Maybe you're doing 30 seconds on the chat GBT prompt I use to help me get ideas from when I write. However you are doing it, think about your SOPs, right? If you can document your progression and what you're doing, you might be on level 5, but there's people still stuck on 1 and 2 that'll pay you to get to where you're at while you're still growing.
Okay. Okay, cool. I got a lot of work to do. Cool beans. Thanks.
You got this.
Yes.
Jalen, how often should I post? How often should I, put my things out there? Like, do I set a schedule for like Facebook, then another one for this one? How do I, get my presence?
Think about it almost as if being available when people are more available, right? So let me dive in a little bit more with that. When I post, I want to post at different time frames throughout the day. Personally, I want to post at least about 5 to 10 times a day on each page. Me personally, I have about 5 to 6 pages. So if I do that, that's about 60 posts, right? I need to push it to 100. The way I do it, and I'll also give you some more tea that I can put in the chat at some point, is 1,000 day for Antonio. Well, yeah, he works a little bit harder, and he also has a team to help him. I'm my own team, and if you're your own team, let me teach you how. Right. So I like to put my Instagram and my Facebook together. I post through my Instagram, which automatically posts on my Facebook. So then I have those 2 posts right there. Say I post and then I could take that straight to my LinkedIn as well. So then I'm on my LinkedIn. And then say you did, as a writer, you did 30 seconds blurb on, like I said earlier, teaching children how to write, 30 seconds on that. You can then transcribe that and put into a video. So there's your video for all your different, and just rerun that through. So what? At that point, that's like 10 pieces of content right there. Then let's say I post a picture and I do the same thing all the way around. But then it gets to LinkedIn. Maybe it was kind of a cute picture of you, but it was a little bit busy. I change it a little bit for the medium and I push it out. There's a lot of ways to repurpose. And if you have storage, don't ever get rid of stuff because you can use it again. I still have stuff from 3 years ago that I'm using now, and it looks very brand new.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Of course. Anything else? Anybody else?
Yeah, Jalen.
Go ahead, Phil.
You mentioned that there are people that have ebooks that they're not making money off of. How would you tell them to proceed to make money off of them?
I would say every time you post, if you can somewhat put some type of call to action in the video at the end or in the post, that would be a start. I say at least post once a day on that spot, on that subject. And in every post, put it in your comments. Put the links out in your comments section and put it to the top. Put the link out, say you do a story. A story goes for 24 hours. Post a story with the link attached to it so they can go straight to it. Always keep eyes on it wherever you go. And I think that'd be the best way for you to do it. Or, if you want to get creative, maybe you read the first blurbiage of it on a live with them. And then you put the link during that live, put the link to your book in there. Or maybe there's let's just say I have a book on personal growth and development, right? And it's kind of like a checklist to see if you really like it, right? So what I would do, or what I would do if I were you, is maybe I'd read that first 5 checklist one. Do you think you need this? And give them just enough. And then you want the rest? Here's the link. All you got to do is get it free through either my email list. Here's a link you can get through my website, and just keep eyes on it.
There's 3 levels of selling. We can do it ourselves. You can do it with us. You can do it for us. Do you have pricing? Do you have products that fit those 3 categories?
Yes, I do. What I like to do is I like to teach you how to fish for yourself. The man that fishes for himself can live forever. But if that's just not your style, then I can come in with my team and do it for you as well. Or I can kind of coach you through it if you just want a little bit more control yourself. So before I let you guys go, I have a challenge for everyone here. One photo, take the top photo in your gallery right now. I don't care what it is. Post it on one of your pages, right? And post it twice. Post with 2 different audios and just see which one wins. And that is how you're going to help to not only see kind of your SEO but also kind of how some people might view your message. So before I let you go, besides that, I want you all to know that you internally possess the tools to be whatever you want in life, but how will you use them? And when you're looking on content, think, who are you? What do I have? And why should I make you listen? Thank you.